Hello, everyone who is looking to learn. When we think quietly about our lives and how time keeps moving, we find a big question. Who are we really? Today we start a trip, not around the world, but inside our own minds, like the Stoics thought. To really get the world, we need to first get who we are. But what does it really mean to know who you are? Is it about knowing what we want and what scares us? Or maybe it's about being okay with our short lives. We'll figure these things out together, looking at them the way the Stoics did. Their lasting wisdom might help us understand ourselves better, find peace, and maybe even learn what it means to be alive. So, I'm asking, are you prepared to look inside yourself, question what you think you know, face new things, and find out who you really are? Let's start. First rule, learning from others. Long ago in Rome, there was a young guy named Cassus. He was as energetic as the hot Roman sun. Cassus came from a high-class family and was courageous, but he easily got mad and made quick decisions. He only saw things as good or bad, not really noticing the middle ground. One day, Cassus was walking in a busy market when he got really mad at a seller who bumped into him by mistake. His loud, angry words attracted a lot of people. An old, smart Stoic thinker named Guas was there too. Guas, known for being peaceful and having deep thoughts, came up to Cassus smiling kindly. He asked Cassus, "Why do you let your anger control you like this? The world is like a mirror, showing what's inside us. Your anger shows more about you than it does about the world." Cassus, shocked by Guas's comment, mocked him, saying, "How could you understand my emotions, old man?" Guas responded without getting upset. "I recall the words of Marcus Aurelius, the wise Roman emperor and Stoic thinker. You can control your thoughts, not what happens to you. Know this, and you'll gain strength. Your anger isn't damaging the world, Cassus, but it's affecting your ability to think clearly and be at peace." Interested and a bit humbler, Cassus asked Guas to tell him more. Guas shared a tale from when he was young about how he used to get angry over small things and then realized that his anger showed he was upset inside. He talked about the Stoic idea that if we understand and control our feelings, we can see the world better and act smarter and more rightly. Cassus thought a lot about what Guas said and watched how his actions were mirrored in other people. He started to understand that his anger often came from fear or being too proud, and by dealing with these feelings, he could live a calmer, more thoughtful life. Over the years, Cassus turned into a leader who was admired for being fair and wise. He often thought back to Marcus Aurelius's words and Guas's advice. He learned that the way the world looked to him was actually showing him his own feelings. By looking inside himself and managing his behavior, he found strength and calmness, living out the Stoic qualities he had once overlooked. The tale of Cassus was told all over, showing that the emotions we see in others are often a mirror of our own feelings. When we understand this, we can change our views and how we react, and find our own inner power and wisdom. Second rule, rethinking control. Emma, a young woman, lived in the busy city of New York. She liked everything in her life to be under control and exact. Working as a project manager at a big tech company, her days were full of tight deadlines, lots of meetings, and very carefully organized plans. But even with her achievements, she often felt like she was struggling against something that wouldn't stop. One fall night, Emma was at work late again, with just her computer screen lighting up the room. She got a message from her calm and wise brother, who followed Stoic teachings. He sent her a quote from Marcus Aurelius: "You control your thoughts, not what happens around you. Understand this, and you'll become stronger." Emma was deeply moved by this quote. she realized she'd been trying to control every part of her life, overlooking a key Stoic idea: understanding the difference between things in our control and those that aren't. The next morning, while walking in Central Park, she thought about this. She reflected on her responses to the unforeseen issues in her projects, her annoyance when things didn't work out, and her constant stress about being perfect. During this time of deep thought, Emma decided to change her view on control. She began to concentrate on things she could control: how she reacted, what she did, and her way of thinking. She also started to accept that outside things, such as her team's actions or sudden changes in her work, were often out of her hands. This new way of looking at things made Emma more relaxed and effective at work. After a few months, the people she worked with started noticing a difference. She was now known for being calm, even when unexpected issues happened. Emma found that by accepting what she couldn't control, she could think of more creative and flexible ways to handle things. One time, Emma's team had a big problem. They were about to launch a new product, but there was a delay because of a supplier issue. Emma didn't let the stress get to her. She calmly figured out what she could do. She changed her team's focus, talked openly with customers, and looked for other ways to solve the problem. Her calm way of handling it motivated her team, and they got through the problem together. At the end of the successful project, Emma shared her story with her team. She talked about the Stoic principle of concentrating on what's in our control and being okay with what isn't. She quoted Marcus Aurelius, the same words that had motivated her before, and explained how this view changed her work and life. Emma's story connected with her colleagues, who also had problems with control and stress. Her experience became an encouraging example, proving the lasting wisdom of Stoicism and the importance of accepting the limits of our control. Third rule: the Stoic way of staying quiet. Demetrius, a well-known talker, lived in ancient Athens. He was famous for his skillful and moving speeches. Demetrius was at home in the crowded markets and in the city's lively discussions. However, despite his fame, he sensed an emptiness inside, something that his many words couldn't fill. During a walk along the Ilissos River, Demetrius came across a Stoic philosopher called Six. Six wasn't a big talker, but he had a presence as powerful as great speakers. Curious about this silent man, Demetrius walked over to him, hoping to start a meaningful talk. But Six did something surprising. He spoke quietly, using a quote from Marcus Aurelius: "Stay quiet most of the time, and if you talk, only say what's really needed and keep it short." He suggested a test for Demetrius: to stay silent for a week, just listening and watching without talking. Demetrius was doubtful at first. Could staying quiet really be better than talking? But the emptiness inside of him made him want to try it out. For a week, he walked around Athens without talking, just listening and watching. In this silence, Demetrius started to notice things he hadn't before: the workers' tired breaths, children's laughter, the soft sound of the wind. He saw the little looks on people's faces, their happiness and sadness, dreams and worries. By being quiet, Demetrius found a new world, one that his talking had always hidden. Over the days, Demetrius discovered a great peace in staying silent. He came to see that in his constant effort to be a good speaker, he had forgotten the most important part of communication: the skill of listening and forming strong connections with the world around him. After the week of silence, Demetrius met Six again as a different person. He shared how his silent journey had opened his eyes and heart, letting him see life's beauty and sorrows. He had started listening to the world and to a quiet voice inside himself, guiding him to wisdom and kindness. Six, smiling knowingly, could see Demetrius had grown from a talkative man to a wise one. He brought up Marcus Aurelius's words again, encouraging Demetrius to apply his silence lessons to his speaking career. Demetrius became one of the most admired people in Athens, not just for how well he spoke, but also for his deep wisdom and understanding of others. He frequently talked about his time practicing Stoic silence, showing people the importance of listening and the beauty in things left unsaid. His story showed the Stoic idea that real understanding and connection don't come from saying a lot, but from being quiet and really listening to both the world and yourself. Fourth rule, the character reflection. The virtue mirror idea, seen from how Stoics think, is a great way to understand yourself and get better. It's about thinking over what you do and how you think every day, checking if they match up with Stoic qualities like being wise, brave, fair, and controlled. This kind of deep thinking works like a mirror, but instead of showing how you look, it shows what kind of person you are inside. To use this idea often, you should look closely at yourself. Think about questions like, did I make smart choices today? Was I brave when I was scared? Have I been fair and kind to others? Did I control myself well? Doing this helps you see where your actions might not match up with the good qualities you want to have. This practice should be about personal growth, not self-judgment. It's important to remember that not always living up to these qualities isn't a failure, but an opportunity to learn and do better. Stoicism tells us that being smart about our feelings matters. It's not about hiding our emotions, but knowing them and using them in a way that fits with these good qualities. Also, the virtue mirror is about more than just improving yourself. It's about helping others too. Stoicism says that what we do affects the well-being of our community. When you make your actions match Stoic virtues, you're not just getting to know yourself better and growing, you're also making the world a better place. At its core, the virtue mirror is a never-ending process of thinking about your actions to help you live a life full of goodness, honesty, and purpose, showing the Stoic goal of a meaningful and happy life. Fifth rule, the problem with obsessing over the future. This idea, according to Stoics, means realizing that it's not good to worry too much about what will happen or what has already happened. Stoicism tells us to pay attention to the present moment. Worrying a lot about the future or thinking too much about the past can make us stressed and stop us from enjoying life as it's happening. To put it simply, if you keep thinking about the future, you might not see the great things in your life right now. Like, if you're always stressed about an upcoming job interview, you could miss out on enjoying a sunny day or a fun time with a friend. Also, if you're always thinking about a past mistake or a bad time, it's tough to get past it and have fun now. Stoics say we should think about the future, but not let our future plans stop us from being happy now. They also believe it's good to learn from what happened before, but we shouldn't let it stop us from moving forward. It's important to balance these things. This way, we can feel more relaxed and really understand ourselves, knowing what makes us happy and content in the present, not just in what we think the future will be or what we remember from the past. Sixth rule, the Stoics' personal fortress. This idea is about making your mind strong and calm so it can handle tough times. Picture your mind like a castle or a secure place. Just as a fortress keeps a city safe, your personal fortress keeps you safe from outside problems and stress. According to Stoicism, this means learning to manage how you react and feel. Life sometimes surprises us with problems, things like traffic jams, hard days at work, or fights with friends can make us upset. But if your mind is like a strong fortress, you can remain calm and not let these things upset you too much. To make your inner citadel strong, pay attention to what you can change and don't worry about what you can't. You can't change traffic, but you can choose how to respond. Maybe play some music you like or listen to a podcast instead of getting mad. Also, think in a good way and remember what you're good at. This is like making the walls of your fortress stronger. It's about really knowing yourself, knowing what makes you upset, and getting ready to handle these things without losing your cool. When you do this, you start to feel calmer and surer of yourself, regardless of what's going on around you. In your mind, you stay strong and don't let things bother you. This is the idea behind the Stoics' inner citadel, creating a strong, calm inner self. Listening to the lessons from the past and the sounds of today, we've explored deep Stoic ideas to learn about ourselves. Just like how stars help sailors navigate unknown waters, these rules can help you as you learn more about yourself. But don't forget, learning about yourself is a never-ending journey that's a big part of our lives. Reflect on these lessons, welcome them, and let them shine light inside you. If these age-old truths have spoken to you, come and join our adventure. Hit subscribe and like this channel to be a part of our quest for wisdom. In this shared journey, we discover the most valuable thing, understanding ourselves. Seventh rule, embrace life's simplicity. Stoicism teaches us the value of living simply. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of modern life, constantly seeking more success, more possessions, more experiences. However, Stoicism invites us to step back and appreciate the simpler aspects of life. This might mean enjoying a quiet evening at home, savoring a meal with family, or just appreciating the beauty of a sunrise. By embracing simplicity, we can find joy in the ordinary and discover a sense of calm amidst life's chaos. This approach encourages us to focus on what truly matters, reducing our desires and cultivating contentment with what we have. Eighth rule, practice compassionate stoicism. While Stoicism often emphasizes self-discipline and personal resilience, it also teaches the importance of compassion and empathy. It's not just about being strong for ourselves, but also about understanding and helping others. When we interact with people, whether they're family, friends, or strangers, we have the opportunity to practice kindness and offer support. This can be as simple as listening attentively, offering a helping hand, or just being there for someone in need. By extending our Stoic principles to include compassion, we not only strengthen our own character, but also contribute positively to the lives of others. This balance of inner strength and outward kindness is the essence of a well-rounded Stoic life, leading to deeper connections and a more fulfilling existence. Listening to the lessons from the past and the sounds of today, we've explored deep Stoic ideas to learn about ourselves. Just like how stars help sailors navigate unknown waters, these rules can help you as you learn more about yourself. But don't forget, learning about yourself is a never-ending journey that's a big part of our lives. Reflect on these lessons, welcome them, and let them shine light inside you. If these age-old truths have spoken to you, come and join our adventure. Hit subscribe and like this channel to be a part of our quest for wisdom. In this shared journey, we discover the most valuable thing, understanding ourselves. Stay stoic. See you in the next video.